In the previous video, we started to get the user's location using Location Manager. Now, we're going to look at how we can create a map view and center on the position of the user's location. So in this video, we're going to see how we can create an MK map view and a UI view controller programmatically. Then, we're going to look at how we can get an MK coordinate region based around the user's location. And finally, we're going to select a default location and add it to the scheme to simulate the location within the simulator. In the last video, we learned how to get access to the user's location when they are in the app. iOS has another framework which goes hand in hand with core location, MapKit. MapKit has been around in iOS since iOS 3 and has had many improvements and additions to the framework over the years. As part of this framework, the core UI component is the map view. Let's begin by creating a new UI view controller class. We're going to create this in code without using a storyboard so that we can understand how this can be achieved. So we're going to go to our File Explorer and press Command and N to create a new file. We'll call this Dreams Map View Controller. Ensure it's added to our target and press Enter. When this is done, we'll import MapKit and then create our UI View Controller subclass. So we'll call this class Dreams Map View Controller and make it a subclass of UI View Controller. We'll create a property called MapView at the top of this class and initialize it as an MK MapView. Now, we'll set this as our view in the loadView method. So I'll write override func loadView, super.loadView, and then view equals MapView. When I do this, the standard view that is loaded is replaced by my custom view, which in this case is our MapView. This will mean that it will also take on the characteristics such as the standard constraints and will automatically adjust to the screen dimensions without having to explicitly call auto resize mask or NS layout constraints. The next thing we want to do is to create a way of navigating back out of this controller. So let's do this in the viewDidLoad method. I'll create a cancel bar button item by calling let cancel equals bar button item, then title cancel style UI bar button item style dot plain and target self and action dismiss. Then we'll set our navigation item dot right bar button item to the item. The last action is the name of the method that's being called. We haven't created this yet, and if we don't, then whenever the button is pressed, there will be a fatal error thrown and the app will crash. So let's do this now. Func dismiss, and in here we'll dismiss the view controller. Now, one core piece of functionality that we want to make use of is centering on the user's location. And we can do this in a map view by using the MK coordinate region. We'll create a new method called userRegion and return an MK coordinate region. In here, we'll set a constant, which will be span dimensions, and this will be a CL location distance. And we'll set this to 20,000, which is in meters. Then we'll put let coordinate equals CL location coordinate 2D with a latitude of 0 and a longitude of 0. And then region equals MK coordinate region make with distance, pass in the coordinate and the span dimensions. So this will be our default region if we're not able to get access to the user's location. Then we'll bind the location manager's location if it's available and where the location services has been enabled. If these are true, then we'll perform a switch on the authorization status on CL Location Manager. The two cases we are interested in are .authorized always or .authorized when in use. So we can add these into a single line, and if it is either of these, then we can set our region with the location coordinate and the span dimensions we set above. Then in the default, we'll simply break, and we'll return this region. Back in the viewDidLoad, we'll set the new region. Then, on MapView, we'll call the setRegion and add in this region. One last trick on this page is to ensure that the user knows their location. And we do this by setting the map view to show the user location. By default, this is set to false, so we'll set this to true. Okay. So we need to present this view controller. So let's jump back into our Dreams table view controller and do this. So again, let's jump to the ViewDidLoad method. And in here, we'll create another UI bar button item. This time just using a system icon for search. And we'll set the action as being present MapView controller. Then I'll add this to the navigation bar as the left bar button item. Now let's create our present MapView controller method. In here, we will initialize an instance of our map controller. Then we will initialize an instance of a UI navigation controller and set the MapView controller as the root view within it. And finally, we will then present the navigation controller. And hey presto, we can now get access to our map view. Xcode allows you to select default locations within your scheme. So what we're going to do here is to go to our current scheme, and we're going to change the default location within the scheme to be Sydney. So let's run this and see this in action. When I press on this icon, we're now presented with this new view controller, which loads up and presents the center location for the user. For more information about MapKit, please visit the following links. We now have a map view, and we have a view controller displaying it. And we have a region centering around the user's location. In the next video, we're going to see how we can add map annotations to display our data on the map view.